Let's dive into why your leads aren't replying from Facebook ads and how I fixed it. Guys, if you've never met me before, my name's Jimmy. I've been able to close over $20 million in sales in Facebook ads. Look, every problem that you've had, I've definitely had probably multiple times over. So my job is just to share a few things that have, really worked well for me. Now, look, when I was first running ads, I just thought, hey, I'll just call them, SMS people once or twice and they'll reply. Look, as you probably know from this training, they didn't reply and I didn't get many sales and I wasn't, doing the kind of job that I wanted from Facebook ads, which was just straight up to be able to get more sales. And then I had a mentor who changed absolutely everything for me. He said, you don't have a lead problem, you have a contact problem. And he showed me a little bit of data, and you guys can go search on ChatGPT or Claude or whatever you're doing. But essentially, he just said that 80% of sales are made after the 5th point of contact. And then he shared what he did, and I was able to implement that. And what he did is he contacted leads really quickly, contacted them once a day for 10 days. He was able to get replies. He had a business doing over $10 million a year in revenue. And it really shifted things for me to be able to contact people enough to be able to get sales. Now, look, after you've got leads, you're going to get replies, okay? You're going to get positive replies, which is good. I'm interested. This is what I want. And you're also going to get negative replies, that they're not interested, but that's all that's going to do is prove that you're actually contacting people enough. Now, as we know, Facebook ads, it's pattern interrupt marketing. People are curious, not committed. So it's not like every lead you get is going to turn into a sale. And that's totally okay. You can still make millions of dollars using Facebook ads. But the initial thing once you get leads is you want to start to get replies, either positive or negative, because that's a sign that you're actually reaching out to people enough. If you're just not getting any replies, it is a clear sign you are not contacting people anywhere near enough. You're not doing it consistently, which is the same problem I have. So I'm never throwing shade at any of you guys when I'm making these types of trainings for you. Now, you want to also stop relying on willpower. Now, it is impossible to call your leads within 5 minutes, to message your leads within 5 minutes. And I say this because, one, I was really committed. When I first started running ads, my business were about to go bankrupt. So I was super locked in, right? But then also in time, we had 2 full-time sales experts who were working like 9 to 5. And they won't even be able to contact all their leads within 5 minutes. They were like sitting there because they might have been on a phone call or doing something. You get a lead, you can't drop everything. You get leads at 7, 8, 9 p.m. at night, whatever that might be. So it's literally just impossible. And so you do want to call your leads as quickly as you can. Okay, but you want to make sure that you're using this as a system. Okay, and I'm going to share with you the systems that you actually have to implement. Okay, so you want to make sure that with your leads, as soon as you get a lead, 3 minutes after opt-in, 30 minutes later, is that they are getting an automated SMS and email. We use a system called ACR that you guys know. They set it up for me. They're very, very good at what they do. Okay, and that means that's going to go out regardless of the time, regardless of what you're doing, and all the data and research shows that we must contact our leads within 5 minutes. So that's going to help you get more replies because they're scrolling on social media and bang, they automatically get that SMS. Okay, and then you're just looking at adding in one SMS, one email for at least the first 5 days. Look, as I said, I prefer to do it over 10 because that's what my mentor, told me, and that's what worked really well for us. Okay, but then you've got the manual follow-up. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're calling your leads once a day for 10 days. You've got the email and SMS that I covered. Okay, and it's not annoying people. This is completely normal. People are busy, they forget, they need reminders. Remember, they opted in for your business, not the other way around. And again, you're just looking for replies. You'll get positive replies, okay, which is how I was able to close over $20 million in sales using Facebook ads once I implemented this system. And you also get some negative replies, and that's totally okay as well because you just move on with your life and you have new leads coming in very consistently off your Facebook ads. The biggest thing is if you're not getting replies, you're just not contacting people enough. Okay, and of course, speed matters. Look, with automations, you get that speed 100% of the time. Full-blown no-brainer to set that up. It's like a non-negotiable if you're running ads. And then you just want to call your leads as quickly as you can. With automated systems, it's really cool. You get a lead and you get a message on your phone, okay, and it'll say like, Jimmy Pomponio, my phone number. One click, you can call them really quickly, which is great. Okay, but you also want to track these metrics as well. Okay, and so this is something we do. As you guys know, I coach like about over 500 business owners to run their ads each week. This is a little bit more advanced. We do it in the mastermind program. However, is you want to track how many people are applying per 10 leads. Now, it's going to vary from business to business, okay, and what your offer is and things like that. And so I don't like ever giving benchmarks because every business is very different. But around 3 to 4 replies per 10 leads is a pretty good sweet spot, okay, and you'll be able to sit right in that sales conversion rate of 5 to 20% of sales per 100 leads. And so I talk about that a lot. Is average conversion rate on meta ads is 5 to 20% per 100 leads. You're looking at 5 to 20 sales. Okay, depends on the price point of your offer and things like that. Cheaper services more towards that 20%. Expensive high ticket services more towards that 5%. Just providing that you actually do what I teach you guys, in these trainings as well. If you have like really bad follow up, obviously you're going to be on that lower level. Okay. And just remember in this, some weeks higher, some weeks lower. A thing that trips me out on Facebook ads and, trips other people out is it's not linear. It's not like your lead cost is the same. It's not like your reply rate is the same. It's not like your sales are the same every week. Okay, which is kind of frustrating. Like when I first learned it, I was like, this is annoying. Why can't it be the same every week for someone who's begging for consistency? And so Facebook ads are consistent. They're just not consistent week to week. So you'd start to track it over a month. The good news, that ACR system, it tracks it all for us, okay? So in our leads, we get our leads, how many people clicked, it all moves into a pipeline. It's really neat. Look, I don't know how to set that up. I had someone set it up for me, which is why, will absolutely, preach to the end of time how much that company has helped me. And so here's what you want to do today. If you're struggling with this, situation right now, you want to have a good hard review of stuff, and I want you to know it is easily fixable. So step one, make sure you set up your automations after opt-in. 3 minutes, 30 minutes, and then for 5 days, ideally for 10. Okay, make sure you call your leads once a day for 10 days. All you need to do is go to your calendar, okay, put 30 minutes or an hour in your calendar each day. Doesn't matter what time right now, don't obsess about the time, just obsess about doing the task. Okay, and then you're just going to call all your active leads once a day for 10 days. Okay, you're going to make sure that you message and email them as well. Okay, you want to track your reply rate per 10 leads. Okay, you want positive and negative replies. Okay, if replies are too low, increase your contact until you start to get people to reply. Okay, and remember, if you ever have any issues in terms of, maybe people giving in fake details and stuff like that, that definitely happens. Okay, and you want to track like how many people might be giving the wrong phone number or whatever it is. It happens in my ads as well. It's fucking annoying. Okay, but there's always things you can do to be able to fix that. Okay, but if you implement this, the biggest thing that you'll get off the back of it is you'll get people replying. And that is the next step to be able to get people, okay, into your sales process to get them to pay money. And if you don't have this ACR system set up that I talk about every single bloody training, so it's so important, make sure you tap the link, guys. It's like $1 for your first month. It is like an absolute no fucking brainer for you guys to set up if you're running ads.